contemplating on whether this is even not even contemplating. I'm knowing that this is a concept that we shouldn't be spewing out. But when you say toxic masculinity, and for me, what I hear is men are not being able to be men, right? And I know you were talking about men tapping in with their emotions and being able to connect with that so they'll be able to be more transparent about how they're feeling.
Yes.
But I don't think that we should get into a position where we're telling men not to be men, because I think that takes away from the concept of a man, like who he is, who his makeup is, and what he's, and what's his drive, right? Because, for example, like I, I look at it, men happen to have uh, a level of drive that sometimes stem from those those issues that we incurred early on, right? And sometimes it turns into power. It turns into the coal is or gas. It turns into fuel that pushes us to those other levels. And I know a lot of men could agree to this, especially those that especially those that run in my circle, those that I've seen do amazing things. I know that they're basically taking that and making it great. So when I hear the toxic masculinity thing, I really, I address it with the standpoint of, as men, we can't be afraid to be men, and women can't be afraid to be women. And I think in the Black community, we have to protect each other, and we have to be careful of the words we say, because we don't realize what we're doing as we're tearing down our structure instead of building it. And I that's something that I think that in the Black community, man, woman, we have to talk more about, because we got to be careful of what we say. Just like women don't want to be called out of their names from men, and because that tears them down, just same way. So, yeah, when you said that, I was like, yo, this is a point that I had to go back to. There's a couple of other points that I wanted to go back to, but this one for sure I have to go back to.
Okay. So understand now. Toxic masculinity, that is not anything that I believe in. I don't believe in that. Okay. I just want to make sure I don't believe in that.
Absolutely.
But that is, I'm just using some of the language that's out there now that's describing them, and it's really describing Black men.
Yeah.
That's where I believe that's where it was targeted at, by us.
Yeah. Because you don't see them saying toxic masculinity towards white men. That just never ever comes up.
And everything, you have to remember, all those labels, they're just bad for us, for some reason. And again, we buy into that BS.
We do.
We buy into that BS. But I believe that, yes, I mean, I am a woman but we do have to understand that men and women both possess masculine and feminine energy.
True. That's true.
And so, like most Black women, like the majority of my life, I've had to navigate more in my masculine energy, way off balance. And most Black women are thriving because of, not enough masculinity or men in the household, where they've had to be more gatherers, right? And
is that how you want? Is that how you would want it though? Like, I mean, if you had your way, would you rather play the feminine role, or?
No. And it's not necessarily, and I want to be clear, it's not necessarily a gender thing.
Okay.
It's not a gender thing. It's just, it's masculine. Again, it's the terms of gathering, hunting, right?
Okay.
And women can gather and hunt. It's
Absolutely.
whether or not, there should be balance.
Yep.
Okay. So where the term probably toxic masculinity comes from is that there maybe is no softness. True. There is zero vulnerability. There's zero dealing with your emotions. You are, not able to communicate, period. Right.
True.
And connect.
True.
And so, being a communication is more in the feminine energy. And so we all have to figure out how to navigate in both energies.
Okay.
Okay. Because that's really where the sweet spot is, to be able to navigate in both effectively.
Are you familiar with the Ankh, the Egyptian or African Ankh?
I'm not.
Okay. I'm gonna try to describe it visually so like so like in perfect harmony. You can look it up too. In perfect harmony in African culture, the Ankh represents where man meets woman. And I don't know if you're familiar with the cross, but if you're familiar with the way the cross looks, the Ankh has the loop. Yes, exactly. It has a loop within the cross, but the loop represents the woman's womb, and the stem represents the penis of the man. And in that, it represents perfect harmony, and that's why those two I don't know the terminology, but those two whatever you want to call those that come out are equal to each other, because it represents how it's balanced. In this, it's balanced. So I think that at the end of the day, it's all about how do we find that balance within our community? How do we find that balance within our relationships? And how do we find that balance throughout the world? And if we're able to constantly go after that balance, seek after that balance, and want that balance, it'll happen.
And be it.
Be the balance.
Because it's not necessarily about always seeking.
True.
No,
Oh, you said C or B?
Seeking. I mean, be
the balance. Okay, yeah. Yeah, I thought I heard you right.
Instead of so much seeking and searching, because all of those terms are describing being outside of self.
Absolutely.
Really, everything is inward, in self. So we need to do more being, because we are human being.
Go crazy.
Beings.
Go crazy there. Right. Go crazy.
So yeah, quit searching and seeking and running and stop doing that.
Yeah.
We're just supposed to just be. So do the work of loving yourself, connecting with self. That is where the magic is. And we all have it. God made perfect beings. We just got to sit still and do that work.
And let it happen.
And let it happen. Get out of the way and let it happen, and get support, get help. And when you're in that zone of being, there's a natural connectedness that starts to happen.
Yeah.
But you got to do the work. You got to feed good stuff in, right? You got to read good books, listen to the word, listen to, be around certain vibrations and frequencies that, lift up your spirit. And like I said, do that work, go on that walk, man. It's what, I'm turning into a hippie. Like, meditate, peace and love. Yes. Do all of that. Yes. Burn some sage, get your candles out. Like, do I have my sage sitting over there?
You have sage?
I have some Palo Santo over there. I got my amethyst crystals.
Yeah.
I wear my moonstones and my amethyst on my hand. Got my crystals. Probably can't see them when I meditate.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
So you got to have some rose quartz this is all about love, self-love. Rose quartz is about love for self. And so when you're feeling any kind of way and you need a little extra love for self, I sit with my crystals during my meditation, because it just adds that extra, vibrational energy to my being.
Absolutely.
To my being.
Balance. You said it. That's what it's all about. It's all about balance. I think that, like this conversation has been like really inspirational for me. I've been able to take so much out of it. I know the audience have as well, because you've dropped so many gems. Where can people tap in? Where can people find you?
Well, we love that, social media is just universal. Just like we found each other, I
Yeah.
am out there in the universe on social media. It's my name. I am the Dawn Johnson Experience.
The Don
The
Johnson.
Dawn Johnson Experience. And my experience is your experience because we're all connected. We're all connected.
That's true.
And so in my coaching practice, we connect, we vibe, and I guide you back to who you are because we
Wow.
just get off track and we just need a little support.
No,
And
for real.
I just guide you back to you.
Who guides you though? I always want to know, like in the coaching and psychological
Oh,
world, who guides the?
you know what? And that's a great question because
Yeah.
I truly believe in this coaching space.
Yeah.
All coaches should have a coach.
Yeah. Yeah.
Period. And
Yeah.
I've had different coaches along the way in my journey. Matter of fact, I've had business coaches. Now I have a beautiful spiritual guide coach because I'm actually ready to level up in my practice, to go deeper in understanding of my intuition. And so I have a coach who does energy work and body work. And I'm really excited to start the journey of more because I'm telling you, it is limitless.
No, it is.
There's We have so much capacity to learn
Yes.
about who we are.
Yes.
I mean, so much. And so, yeah, I'm really excited about that next level of digging into self because I'm sure there's more, and I need somebody to kind of help me, navigate that process. So, yes, don't ever work with a coach who don't have a coach.
That's true.
All coaches have worked with great coaches.
That's true.
All great track coaches had great track coaches. You know, it's
Back to a
true.
story now.
So, I started off being coached as far as athletics, and I've just transitioned that through corporate America, and now on the other side of that, I'm able to, serve because I see this work as serving and giving back because
Yeah.
I want everybody to have this truest understanding of self because I know that this is the work that changes the world because it's in my purpose.
Wow.
And that's what it's all about. And I want everybody to tap into what that is because you all have it. We all have it.
Wow. At the end of the day, what would you say make you the happiest? I know we might have brushed up on it, but I wanna be very specific about this question.
Right.
At the at the end of the day, what makes you happy?
Um, being having the choice, being present in my body, being able to choose to be better. I have this choice. And now that I have the discernment, because that is another gift that I have the discernment to know what is for me and
Mm,
what isn't for me.
interesting.
There's so much freedom in that. There's so much freedom in that. And just being connected to me and knowing myself well enough, I mean, that ish makes me happy. I'm not lost. I'm not
Yeah.
lost. I'm not lost. I have found myself, and there's so much love there that's the sweet spot. It's the love of self, the warts and all that I in my knowing, and that is what makes me happy that I know that now
Yeah. I was
unequivocally.
I
Know
was
it.
looking on your page,
Mhm.
and is it that you have like a place where you also do speaking, like podcasts and stuff like that too, or is
Um,
it just
I've done like a little bit of everything in like this whole journey. So yes, I've done some podcasting like you're doing, where I've interviewed folks, and I'm working on getting back to that, but I've got some other things that I'm really digging on right now. I'm in the wellness space, and because everybody is in need of healing on multiple levels. So I am working with my business partner, and we are, we're coaching,
That's what I
people with
think. That's what I
organizations. Yeah,
think. Yeah, I seen that. Yeah,
we're
you're doing
doing
that. That's huge.
coaching. It is. It is. And
Huge.
I mean, there's a lot of trauma here in Minneapolis. This is where, the murder of George Floyd happened and the racial revolution kicked off right here in the
Right there.
Midwest,
Yeah.
Minneapolis, Minnesota. And there are a lot of organizations that support, marginalized communities, and there's just a lot of trauma, and we're coming in and we're kind of helping people deal with that.
Okay.
And so there are organizations that are dealing with the community that's been traumatized. So those individuals actually need support as well to be
Mm.
able to show up every day to interface with a community that's really struggling. So that has been a niche. I also appear on Rolling Out AM, and we do a wellness segment on Wellness Wednesday. And we talk about all things wellness. We bring people in who talk about financial fitness. There's so many different lanes within wellness that's all about our healing.
Yeah.
That is just endless. And so I'm really fortunate to have a platform now that I'm doing that on a regular basis. And working on my new content for 2021, and dropping some more stuff here really soon. So it's
No,
very exciting.
that's dope. That's dope.
It's good
Well,
to be me. It's good to be me, but I can coach you how to be you.
true.
Yes.
True.
Yes.
That's your slogan.
No, that just kind of, I don't know. I
What
just
is
pulled
your
that.
slogan?
Do we have to have a slogan? I don't know if I would
I don't
say
know.
I have.
That sounded really good. I was like that works. I thought that you were putting a stamp on it when you said that. I was like, that made the whole entire conversation make sense.
No, like I said, call myself a guide. Yep. If anything, again, I guide you back to who you were truly divinely guided to be. I get you
Respect.
there.
Respect. I think we're
We
gonna
get
leave it right there. Then I think we're gonna park it right there. That was beautiful. Thank you for being on the podcast. I mean, what you've done. I mean, literally, like, what a great conversation. I think the level of consciousness was really high. Vibration was really high, and
that's
I
what.
love having these types of conversations. You don't have them every day, but when you do, you can
Yeah.
appreciate them. So,
Exactly. Exactly.
so you have any last things to say to the people?
I know. I just, again, I really appreciate this opportunity, in this format, Josh, and getting to know you. I encourage you to keep flowing in your purpose and leading with love and bringing in folks who are from such an amazing city like Gary, Indiana. There's so many dope individuals who are doing amazing work, and
Yeah.
people need to know that we exist. And it's really awesome that you are allowing this space for us to come in and vibe and show the world that a lot of amazing people came out of those streets of GI, and we're doing great things. And there is more to come from folks from GI. I am a product of Gary, Indiana, and I am Gary, Indiana proud and strong, and I continue with this dope ass energy, and I don't ever hesitate to talk about my city. I have fond memories. It has made me the strong, amazing Black woman that I am. I come from good stock, and that stock started in Gary, Indiana.
Well, there it is, folks. You heard it from Dawn herself. You have been tuning in to the podcast Just to Care for Gary. This is your boy Josh, and I'm out.